When it comes to fixing the WWE and fixing all of the booking problems, there was one simple solution that I recommended a long time ago. I recommended that we start a power ranking system, just like WCW used to have back in the day, and we rank superstars from 10 to 1, and they fight up the ranks to fight for a championship, and all would be right with the world. It would be very easy to book certain superstars in certain rivalries or just simple one-off matches to climb the ranks of the power rankings. So, since WWE has not done that, I'm going to do that on this channel. Every week, I'm going to give you the power rankings for the men and women on Raw and SmackDown and tell you where I personally think they should be from 10 to 1 every week. So, if someone has a great week, they're going to jump the ranks. And if they have a bad week, they're going to plummet. Make sure you leave in the comments who's your favorite superstar and where they fit in the rankings every week. Let me know if I'm wrong. Just comment one superstar that you think should be number one this week, and we'll come back every week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you see this content every week. We would truly appreciate it. Let's get right into the video. On this episode, we are going to be specifically focusing on the Raw side of things with the men and women over on Raw, and I'm going to power rank them from 10 to 1 based on how I feel that they have been the last week. And again, that can change next week. Number 10 could be number 2. Again, we're going to go through this. If you disagree, drop it in the comments. Let's get right into the women of Monday Night Raw. Coming in at number 10 for the women of Monday Night Raw, I have Maxine Dupree. Maxine Dupree hasn't done a lot in regards to how they've been booking her with the whole training under Natty and the dungeon and I'm going to be the best. I don't know why we did those vignettes after she won the Intercontinental Championship. And ever since then, she just feels like they're doing stuff with her, but it's nothing meaningful. Except for this week, it really kickstarted with Natty. Now it's like I'm kind of excited where this is going, which is why she's in the power rankings this week. I thought it was really cool how they just brawled. Natalia just doing that sharpshooter on the announce table. Great spot, great camera angle for that. So again, Maxine Dupree, I care. I just want to see more depth into this character. To go into the dungeon and learn these things, and I'm gonna be the best. I'm breaking ankles, and then right after all those vignettes, you dropped the Intercontinental Championship. So I would have much rather seen those vignettes leading up to her dethroning Becky Lynch and kind of do a longer reign with it, because ever since Becky got it back, it has been nothing compared to her first reign as Intercontinental Champion. So Maxine Dupree is number 10 this week. Coming in at number 9 is Bayley. She hasn't been doing much. I know that her and Lyra have this thing. They had a promo where they're getting kind of frustrated at Adam Pearce and how they've been booked. And that has me intrigued, which is why she's number 9, because Bayley is super talented. And she's in this tag team with Lyra. But again, we go back to there's so many tag teams in this division that honestly, we could be utilizing these people in individual stardom in different areas. And I think Bayley would be great in a mid card scene. She's already gone with Becky Lynch, but maybe helping Julia build the prestige over there on SmackDown. Doing something else as a single star, because we're wasting so many great matchups because everyone is lumped together in the tag team scene. But just with the promo this week of, Adam Pearce won't give us a shot, give us a chance. We can go into WrestleMania together like we were trying to do last year. I'm excited. I want to see where it goes, and that's why Bayley is number 9 this week. At number 8, I have Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch should be a lot higher. She's got this big match coming up with AJ Lee. Again, what I said earlier, Becky Lynch's second title reign as Intercontinental Champion is nothing compared to the first one. Becky has kind of fallen down with this championship. The prestige that she was building, the great matchups, the great feuds with Lyra and Bayley and all these things, it isn't there right now, because I think it's just this placeholder. We just wanted to get the title back on Becky so that she can face AJ Lee for it at Elimination Chamber. And I think that we could have done more if Maxine Dupree was still champion and she has this feud with Natty right now, that would be a great feud for that title. But again, the booking didn't make sense with giving this back to Becky Lynch for her to not really do much with it. She hasn't had any banger matches in this second title reign. Becky Lynch is one of my favorites. She should be way higher than she is, but unfortunately this week she is number 8. We will see if she pops up the rankings next week. At number 7, I have Lyra Valkyria this week, and again, Lyra is phenomenal in the ring. The qualifying match, with Ivy Nile, and that she did phenomenal. Always does great in the ring. I don't know if they're punishing her, what's going on, but again, she could be a main event star. We need more main event stars going after Jade Cargill and Stephanie Vaquer, and I mean, Lyra can be there. So I don't know. Again, we're lumping all these people into tag teams, and we're losing out potential great matches. I mean, Lyra going up against Jade would be like the ultimate underdog story that if they would have built her right going into this, I could see that as a Mania match, but we're not there. So um, I do have her at number 7 this week. She had a great triple threat match, great in-ring work. And again, that promo with Adam Pearce won't give us a shot. I think that's leading to something hopefully good in this WrestleMania season. So Lyra Valkyria is number 7. At number 6, I have Natty. Natty's new character, this UFC fighter gimmick, Natty's on fire. I like her a lot. I would love to see her get that Intercontinental Championship, maybe close to Mania. Well, probably after Mania, because I think we're going to get Becky and AJ Lee again, the second match, because their first one's at Chamber. But Natty's been on fire. The ruthless measure she was taking against Maxine Dupree was awesome, and maybe double count out, but she had her in a sharpshooter on the announce table, and that camera angle, she just looked vicious, and it was awesome to see. And finally, we're doing something with Natty that isn't this Natalia that comes back every year for the Rumble and then we don't see her for a long time, and she fights on Main Event that no one watches and all this stuff. So to see them do something meaningful with her and this new character, the new music, the new look, I am very invested, and she's climbing up the ranks for me. So she is at number 6. At number 5 this week, I have Ivy Nile, and Ivy Nile is unfortunately in this faction that tends to go nowhere until Chad Gable comes back, maybe. But why are the Creed brothers not tag team champions? Why has Ivy Nile not been focused in a championship feud? It doesn't make sense. Again, we watch WWE book things, and it's just doesn't make sense. You have so much talent at your disposal, and we get 4 matches a night, and it focuses the same people. Again, these power rankings should be to elevate people to fight up the ranks to get to the IC champion or the world champion. And right now, Ivy Nile could be having feuds with Lyra Valkyria, Bailey, Natty. You could be having matches and trying to rank up, and these would be phenomenal matches. Ivy Nile and Natty would absolutely cook. But obviously WWE doesn't agree with any of this. That's why I'm doing it for you. So number 5 this week is Ivy Nile. She's been doing phenomenal. So she deserves to be there. At number 4, we have Rhea Ripley. And again, I'm glad we have her out of the main event scene for now. I just don't know where we go with this tag team. I don't know if there's going to be a betrayal. I just don't know what's going to happen. They lose the titles and just go their separate ways. I'm not sure, but great match with Lyra and Ivy Nile. She's going to be in the Elimination Chamber, which I did predict against MVP's better judgment of not having tag teams in there. I did say Rhea was going to be in there. Don't want her to win. I do not want her to win because she needs to not be in the championship match at WrestleMania. I love Rhea, but it's like the Cody Rhodes thing. We just can't have the same people in these championship matches. And they're actually doing something cool to Rhea where she doesn't have to be in the main event to be in something important. And her and Io Sky are really good tag team champions. And I'm excited to see some more feuds. I just wish we didn't have so many talented women locked up in the tag team division when they could easily be building up the IC title and the United States title. And Jade Cargill could have more than one defense in 100 days, which, by the way, that defense came after 100 days. So, but Rhea Ripley, she's a star. She's maintaining high up on the rankings for me. She is number 4 this week. Number 3, I have Io Sky. They had a great brawl with Lash Legend and Nia Jax. Io Sky is one of my favorite women in WWE in ring because she is just phenomenal. And I am so pumped at the prospect of her going up against Julia for the United States Championship. She hinted at it. Give me that match all day. I would be thrilled to see a feud with like an Io Sky and Julia. And again, that's trying something new. Io Sky doesn't have to be in the championship picture. She can be having feuds other places, and it would be phenomenal. But Io Sky is number 3 this week. Number 2 is Liv Morgan. Just for the fact that in this Royal Rumble win that she had, she's been doing really good at playing the fence that she could go up against Stephanie Vaquer, where that kind of intertwines with Raquel. And then she's also been showing up on SmackDown and getting under Jade's skin. So it's one of those where we know she's going to go up against Stephanie, but she's really playing the card well of like, I haven't decided yet. And she's getting under everybody's skin. So very excited for what she's going to do and how this intertwines with Raquel if Raquel and her have a falling out. For me, Judgment Day has run its course. I would love to see everyone go their separate ways. We haven't even seen Roxanne Perez since the Rumble, so I don't know. But her and Raquel could have a falling out. She goes against Stephanie, but with the dinner date with Dom and like the chicken nuggets, like these segments she's in are gold, and that's why she's number 2. And number 1, Raquel Rodriguez. Look, she's been phenomenal in everything she's doing. A few years ago, she was just this placeholder of someone on the card. And this character that she is now with Liv Morgan, this bodyguard, I mean, she's a dominant force. She's went face to face with Jade Cargill. She's had a banger match with Stephanie Vaquer in the last couple of weeks. Um, just showing her worth on the roster. She's going to be a huge star. If they book her right, they need more monster people in this, division. Um, I would love to see them pull the trigger and have her feud with Liv Morgan and have Liv Morgan have to overcome this. Like Raquel Rodriguez has been just absolutely awesome. And I can't wait to see what they do with her. Hopefully, they have big plans for her after WrestleMania because I would love to see her not tied down to Judgment Day, keep the character, and just be this dominant person you see every week on Monday Night Raw. I would love that. But Raquel Rodriguez has stepped up so much over the last like year. It's not even funny. Like she is awesome. So I have her at number 1. Now, Stephanie Vaquer is at the top, but she's the champion. So again, these power rankings they need to work towards the champion to get that match. That's how this would work. So if you agree with this, drop it in the comments below. One of these superstars, drop in the comments if they're in the wrong place or if I'm just out of my marbles here. So let's switch over to the men's side of things. All right, on the men's side of things on Monday Night Raw, number 10, Logan Paul. Now hear me out, okay? Because if you look at the roster of Raw, everyone that I have not put on the top 10 isn't doing much to be in the top 10. So Logan Paul is at number 10 because he is involved in one of the bigger stories on Raw with the Vision having little arguments with Adam Pearce, like, what if we don't do what you say? With the masked man, him chasing him out. We know Logan Paul is not the masked man now. I do think it's Grayson Waller, which is unfortunate. But Logan Paul is around in one of the bigger stories. I would like to put someone else in the top 10, but Raw doesn't have anyone else that they've built up. So Logan Paul is at number 10. Number 9, I put Dom Mysterio this week because he isn't in ring yet. He will be next week in a qualifier, but the 2 promos this week that he's had that has just put him in the top 10 from his injury. He wouldn't have been in the top 10. Now he is, but At number 9, he had that promo with Stephanie Vaquer getting slapped by her and translating, making Stephanie seem more confident because she can talk in Spanish and it will make sense. So yeah, and then on SmackDown he shows up. He puts out a Valentine's Day dinner for Liv Morgan of chicken tendies or nuggets, doesn't matter. It's funny either way. Um, and I love the ranch and the little ramekin. And Liv Morgan put him down though, so they must be good chicken tenders. Maybe Dom knows something we don't, because Liv was powering through those during that match. But two segments this week where he gets involved and just shows why he's one of the best heat magnets in the company. So Dom Mysterio is at number 9. Number 8 is Penta. He had a great triple threat match with LA Knight and Austin Theory. One of the highlights of Raw every week is having Penta. I love seeing him there. The entrance is dope. Involved in stories. He's always involved in something. He's not just being put to waste in nothing feuds. If there's something big going on, he's usually around it. So I really like Penta. I put him at 8 this week. At number 7, I put Bronson Reed for the sole fact that he's got to be doing something coming up here. He's got to be that leader of the Vision. If he's not, then the Vision is visionless. But I did put him at 7 because I think he's going to be in place to do something bigger, because he said Adam Pearce is my problem now. And I'm excited to see where that goes, oddly enough, because the Vision is doing nothing to excite me at all right now, because two big pieces of their story is injured. But Bronson Reed could be pushing to something bigger as the leader of the Vision, being a monster. He could tsunami Adam Pearce next week, and we I don't know what'll happen. We'll see. So I'm excited. We'll have to see where it goes, but he is at number 7. Number 6 is El Grande Americano, not original. Ludwig Kaiser, El Grande Americano. I don't know why I'm so invested in it. I like it. I like him as El Grande Americano. He just plays the heat role so well. They've been doing this feud with Javon Evans, which is not a bad first like real feud for Javon Evans, because he can showcase his high flying spots, because all the other three are kind of like that and they can play off that very well, which led to the spot of the week. I will get to that in a moment. But yeah, El Grande Americano has been involved in a lot of stuff, like going up against different people and Javon Evans, and now he's got El Grande Americano original back and have that feud with him. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see Americano versus Americano, mask versus mask. The unfortunate thing is I feel you can't unmask him because he's big in AAA. He's big down in Mexico. So he will have to win the feud and unmask Chad Gable. He'll have to. I don't know where Ludwig Kaiser would go without this gimmick. I don't know. He didn't do anything before it. This kind of revitalized him to put him on TV every week. So just keep him doing that because it's been working, and unmask Chad Gable. But yeah, I have El Grande Americano at 6 this week. At number 5, I have that. Oh, that is Finn Balor, because apparently he's a that now. Because that's what Michael Cole said to CM Punk. Why would you risk the biggest main event in WrestleMania history for that? It just goes to show they have no plans for Finn Balor. I don't like the booking. I just like that he's involved in the main title scene. That's why he's elevated for me, because for so long he hasn't done anything. And yes, I know he was tag team champions. He hasn't done anything in a long time. So having him involved in something is really good. I like seeing Finn there, which is why he's number 5. But man, the booking is crazy. Like he wanted to fight CM Punk so bad, and CM Punk comes out and then he leaves the ring and oh, I'm not going to fight you. Like, I don't get what they're doing with him. But he's involved in the main event scene, and I like him there. And I'm hoping they book him properly to Elimination Chamber and try to make him look like a threat. But until then, he's number 5 this week. Number 4 is Javon Evans. My God, can this guy go in the ring? He is phenomenal. And the way he sells and his highlight spots, he's going to be one of the biggest attractions on Monday Night Raw for sure. He had the spot where he was on the other turnbuckle and Rayo, Bravo, doesn't matter, was on the other turnbuckle, and Rayo or Bravo was going to go for a headbutt, and Javon Evans catches him with an OG cutter. I've never seen a spot like that, and it was amazing. And Javon Evans has just shown such great potential. I wouldn't put him in any title picture yet. He's very young, but you keep building him, and he still works like this in the ring and can sell for people the way he does. He could be a big star. We could be seeing like a Shawn Michaels type individual, the way he sells and the way he moves his body and does these moves. Like, he's something special. And for that, this week, he is number 4. Number 3 is Roman Reigns. And look, he's there because he was number 1 last week, the last week with the promo with CM Punk. He goes down a notch, but he's still high up there because, you know, he could be coming back soon. I think in a couple of weeks, he'll come back and revitalize that feud with CM Punk every week. Until then, I'm going to spoiler alert, Roman Reigns may fall down the rankings here next week. And again, this is my first episode doing it. These are going to get much more in depth as we go. I'm kind of looking in retrospective the last few weeks to get a base of where we're at. And Roman Reigns for that is at number 3. Number 2 is LA Knight. Yeah. Great triple threat match. He got the win due to the masked man, but LA Knight's been doing things and he's exciting. He's getting really big pops when he comes out. He's qualified for the Elimination Chamber. So one would hope that they're going to do something with LA Knight, but it doesn't matter. This week, he had a really good showing. He was in that triple threat. He called his shot and said he was going to win, and he did. He's number 2. At number 1, we have Gunther. And again, I'm trying to get a base for the last few weeks and get where we're at. This little micro feud with Dragon Lee could be really interesting. He's been doing just such great interviews and just laughing. I love the laugh he does. It's been awesome. So I do think that we're heading to him retiring Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania. We'll see how we get there, but just being one of the top heels on Raw, if not the top heel on Raw, because he is just amazing. The career killer thing has been awesome. And he's just been doing the best heel work I've seen in a long time, like true heel work. And he backs it up in the ring. He's not a chicken shit heel. So for that reason, he's number 1. And we'll see if he stays there next week. Again, the champion is CM Punk. He's at the top, so that's where he's at. That's why he's not below that. But if you agree with any of these, drop it in the comments below. This one's going to be a little bit more argumented compared to the women's side. So let me know who belongs where this week. We're going to come back next week and break down the Raw side of things. And it's going to get more interesting as we go here because I already have a base, and now we're going to be seeing who should go where. But again, this is what WWE should be doing because it would help build up feuds or one-off matches that you could have to showcase a lot more talent, make it make sense that they are, you know, I may not have an issue with you, but I need to climb the rankings to get to that championship match. It would fix most booking issues, to be honest. So you can trust me. I will do it for you every week. Again, if you've made it this far, consider subscribing so you don't miss any of this content. We also do Raw and SmackDown recaps as well. So if you want to get all of our hot takes, all of our unfiltered opinions, you will do that by subscribing and seeing all the content that we do for you every week for your viewing pleasure. And with that, we will see you on the next one.